Hey there, and welcome back to Dalby Farm. Today we're talking about something every chicken keeper should know: how to tell if your chicken is sick. Chickens are tough little creatures, but like any animal, they can fall ill from time to time. Knowing the signs early can make all the difference, so let's dive into the key symptoms that you should watch out for. First up, let's talk about behavior. One of the easiest ways to tell something's wrong with your chicken is if they're acting differently than usual. Chickens are social animals, and if they're isolating themselves from the flock, that's a red flag. Normally, healthy chickens are curious, active, and constantly pecking around, but if you notice one bird sitting by itself, puffed up, or just hanging out in a corner, that could be a sign that something is off. Next up, eating and drinking. Healthy chickens should be eating and drinking regularly. If your chicken suddenly isn't eating their food or drinking enough water, that's a clear indicator something is wrong. A lack of appetite or drinking less than usual could be a sign of something like a digestive issue, respiratory illness, or even parasites. Now, let's talk about physical signs. If you're seeing runny eyes, nasal discharge, or your chicken is literally coughing or sneezing, it could indicate a respiratory issue. Respiratory illnesses are pretty common in chickens, believe it or not, especially when they're exposed to wet, cold, or drafty conditions. Another thing to look for is a puffed up comb or wattle. When a chicken is sick, they often puff themselves up to conserve heat, and their comb may appear paler than usual or even shriveled. Another physical symptom to look for is excessive scratching or feather loss. This can be a sign of external parasites like mites or lice. If you notice your chicken's skin is irritated, red, or covered in tiny bugs, a parasite problem might be at play. One of the easiest ways to tell if something is off is by checking the chicken's droppings. Healthy chicken poop is typically solid and brown with a little bit of white. If you see watery, green, or even bloody stools, that's a big red flag. Abnormal droppings could indicate things like intestinal infections, coccidiosis, or other digestive problems. If your chicken seems limp or has difficulty walking, this is a sign of a problem. It could be a joint issue, a sprain, or even a bacterial infection affecting their mobility. Keep an eye on how they move, and if they're favoring one leg or seem uncoordinated, it's worth a closer look. Finally, if your chickens are egg layers, pay attention to their egg production. If a hen suddenly stops laying or lays soft, misshapen, or no eggs at all, it could be a sign of a reproductive issue, nutritional imbalance, or stress. But don't panic. Sometimes hens slow down during the winter months, but if it's happening consistently, it's time to dig deeper into their diet, stress levels, or possible illness. So what should you do if you notice any of these symptoms in your chicken? First, isolate the sick bird from the rest of the flock to avoid spreading anything contagious. Then, consult with a vet, preferably one that specializes in poultry. It's always better to err on the side of caution and get an expert opinion. In the meantime, you can offer some extra care. Keep your chicken warm, provide access to fresh water, and offer them some electrolyte solutions to help rehydrate. If they're eating, try to tempt them with some healthy treats like scrambled eggs, plain yogurt, or greens. Remember, chickens are prey animals, so they'll often hide signs of illness until it's more serious. That's why it's so important to stay vigilant and keep an eye on their behavior, eating habits, and appearance. If you spot any symptoms early on, you can intervene faster and help your flock stay healthy and happy. I really hope this video helped you feel more confident in spotting the signs of illness in your chickens. If you found this video useful, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an update from Dalby Farm. And leave a comment. Have you ever had a sick chicken? What was the symptom and how did you handle it? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.